What's up guys, today we're gonna be looking at YCNAiden, the best Redwood prison player of all time. If you're experienced in Redwood prison, you have likely come across this absolute demon of a player and wished you could be as skilled. It is almost too crazy that he has managed to become this skilled in less than a year of playing. I had never taken too much notice of him, but recently it hit me that he only started playing some months ago and can already hit most of his shots. As well as this, he had been previously caught using hitbox expander, and when he first started playing, he was so terrible that most pro players at the time could green him. I became increasingly suspicious of him until I decided to ask him to record during a 1v1 against me. Instead of recording the whole thing as I requested, he sent a single clip. Before I show the clip, you should be aware that he is using Windows Recorder, meaning that the cursor will be offset. To give an idea of where his cursor should be to hit me, I used Windows Recorder and put my cursor on my alt account's torso as seen. I hope that the clip has made you aware that the cursor in his clips is not where it actually is due to a recording glitch. The clip he sent me will now play. As you can see, this looks nothing like his regular aim shown in the clips before. This only raised my suspicion of him. I speculated that he used torso lock due to the fact that whenever I was in this position, he would never try and peek me. I'm guessing this was because he was scared that his shots would hit the block below me. The previous clip was likely an example of when he turned off torso lock to make sure he did not expose himself. This may have been a reason why his aim was bad when I rushed him. But once again, these are just speculations. I eventually asked him to screen share bot Emma to see if his aim would match up with his aim against players, but he said he only played aim hacks. He kept trying to downplay his skill, which I found quite suspicious, especially since he calls himself the best Redwood prison player. I'm guessing that this is because he will have to use his legitimate aim against this bot, so he is trying to play himself down so it isn't too suspicious if he doesn't do well. At the time, I did not know if he was cheating or not, so I can only speculate. A few minutes later, he screen shared aim hacks. Initially, the screen share wouldn't load, but he managed to fix it. He purposefully played from this angle because the nature of the jumper bot made it very easy. I was honestly offended that he thought I was stupid enough to be unaware of this. He still managed to miss more shots from this easy angle on an easy bot than when he plays against real players who have more complex movement, and he's using harder angles, which is very suspicious. I requested multiple times for him to play from the middle, but it looks like he pretended to not see my messages and eventually he left the call. This just raised my suspicions further though. After that, I asked him to do it again, but this time, from the middle rather than the side of the map. He refused to do this and stated that he always goes to the side, even in court 1v1s in Redwood prison, which is a complete lie. He continued to downplay himself and I tried to get him to screen share again. He said he had to go and do homework, which was probably an excuse to leave. I asked him when he first started playing Redwood with speed glitch and he said 2020. He said he joined 2 months before one of my friends though, so I asked my friend when he joined. I guess Aiden lied here to make his progress seem less extreme. The next day, I asked him to screen share aim hacks again, but he asked if I wanted to see him screen share bot Emma. This was quite weird seeing as he refused to stream it the previous day. I was quite happy for him to stream bot Emma though, as I thought you couldn't cheat in it. I definitely did not expect him to get this high a score. I suspected that he had found a cheat for bot Emma, especially as he was getting 80% accuracy so consistently. He is also using the straight angle that he refused to use on the much easier jumper bot yesterday.
Also, he only got around 65 to 70% accuracy against the sider bot from a very easy angle, but he got 80% accuracy against bot Emma. This just didn't add up.
After he screen shared bot Emma, I asked him to play aim hacks. He dodged this for a really long time. I'm putting this to 4 times speed, so if you would like to see this conversation, I recommend putting your video speed to 0.5 or 0.25.
If you're not interested, skip to 447.
The fact that he got 80% in bot Emma but refused to play against the much easier jumper bot was also suspicious. The following day, I asked him to record a full 1v1 against me and Bricktops again. This time, he actually uploaded the full 1v1 and sent it to me. When I saw the first few rounds, I immediately knew it was torso lock. I'm not going to go through every kill in the video, but I will go through all of the ones I found funny, blatant, or both.
Before we get into the clips, I think it's important to show you how some cheats can be made to look legit. As you can see, this person is locking onto the other player's head, but at a slow speed. When I play the clips, pay attention to the speed that Aiden locks onto my torso. You should notice that his cursor moves towards my torso at the same constant speed, every time. So without further delay, let's get into the clips.
As you can see, most of his shots ended up hitting the part because it was the most direct path to my torso. Also, before he died, you may have noticed that his cursor flicked onto my torso and tracked my jumping perfectly from the moment I jumped. I already mentioned that he never wanted to shoot me here, likely because he was afraid he would expose himself. My torso is actually exposed, so he could peek me and use torso lock, but he probably didn't know that. I will put this clip to 4 times speed. I finally got bored and decided to rush him. You should be able to tell that his aim is not natural. It is impossible to track someone's jumping from the very moment they hit the spacebar so consistently. Once again, tracking my torso perfectly from the moment I jump. You can see here that his torso lock is trying to find the most direct path to my torso and ends up hitting the part again. Here it is in 0.5 times speed. I hope that makes it clear. This clip is quite funny. You can see that his aim lock stops working and he takes a few seconds to react, but by then, it is already too late. He somehow managed to lose here even with his torso lock. Obvious torso lock once again, and you can see that some of his shots do hit the part in front of me. I will play the clip in slow motion to make it clearer. This is one of the most blatant clips in the video. You can see that he tracks my torso perfectly and continued to track me behind a part. Here it is again in slow motion. This is one of the funniest clips in my opinion, along with the clip where his torso lock was disabled. He does not know how to use angles at all. Even his torso lock couldn't save him from his lack of skill this time. This is another clip that shows his blatant use of torso lock. If you look carefully, you can actually see his cursor flick onto my torso. He is tracking me with torso lock through the part again here. I will play it again in slow motion in case you didn't notice it. Looks like he accidentally turned torso lock on here and quickly turned it off again.
Very obvious torso lock again. He starts tracking my jumping at the exact same time as I jump, which, as I said before, is impossible to do consistently. More torso locking. I don't really have to explain anymore. And another. He's tracking me behind walls still. It looks like he tries to only shoot when I'm peeking, so he doesn't expose himself, but he kind of failed at that. I ended up beating him 11-10. This means I have beaten him 11-4 once, and 11-10 twice. I don't know how it is possible to lose with torso lock, but I guess this is proof you can if you suck enough. Before the video ends, I'm just gonna send a few of Aiden's messages to make him look like a clown. Keep in mind, I only searched as far as a week ago. He has trash-talked way more, even though he has been cheating this whole time. I hope I have avenged the people who he has previously trash-talked. That concludes the video. I don't know how people don't get bored of cheating. I guess they just have massive egos or something. I put a lot of effort into this video, so if you enjoyed, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.